things. Well, actually, I always forget this part, and I should do it right away because I forget sometimes. But everybody, make sure please like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that little button down in the corner there, that little subscribe button. That way, you get notified whenever I come live, or whenever RJ comes on live, or whenever we drop a new video. You guys will be the first to know. Guys can comment, all that good stuff. We like your comments. I try to be as interactive as possible with you guys. All right. So, what do I want to talk about today? A couple things. First off, I want to make sure that you guys, this is kind of a sort of interactive thing. If you guys don't disagree with me, that's cool. No big deal. What I'm going to do today is I'm going to talk a little bit about the state of the Raiders, of the organization where we are now. RG put up a video yesterday about Mark Davis being pissed off. And yeah, I guess I would be pissed off too if I felt like all the moves I was making were the right ones, and maybe some moves that were made should have been made a while ago. Maybe some of the moves that he made weren't the right ones. Who knows? No one's ever 100%, but as long as you're moving in the right direction, you have the right people in place at the top, things can always get better. All right. So, one thing that RJ talked about yesterday was, the fans and some of the kind of, it almost seems like there's always something fracturing this fan base. If it wasn't, right now it's Josh McDaniels. If it wasn't Josh McDaniels before, it was Derek Carr. Before Derek Carr, the big one was Reggie McKenzie. Is Reggie McKenzie the freaking right guy? Before that, it was, Hugh Jackson making a bunch of stupid moves. Before that, it was Al Davis, and what is he doing? So, I don't know, man. I feel we have the opportunity right now to really just move forward and kind of take an approach of, okay, let's see. Because right now, I mean, as much as RJ would like to put it on there, it's not about RJ, and I don't want to make it about that, but he does kind of like to jab me a little bit about me wanting to move on from our previous quarterback. I gave him about 7 seasons before I wanted to move on. So it's not like that I'm impatient. It's just that when I make a decision, I feel like is right, I'm not going to shut up about it. I think most of us are the same way. So what the fuck's going on with this? Excuse me. So I feel like we should give this regime at least one more season, but we do have a bit of a hot seat situation going on here. So first things first, state of the org right now. Mark Davis didn't move to Vegas to be a laughingstock. So I understand that one of the narratives out there is, well, whatever, if you, as long as you sell tickets and make a lot of money, who cares, right? Well, the issue is, for an owner, they don't get any money off of the third-party market, so it doesn't matter how much a ticket sells for after the fact. They don't get any money from that. So it's all just about selling out, which they're going to sell out regardless. What Mark Davis doesn't like to see is the fact that so many of the fans that are buying up tickets are reselling them to fans of the opposing teams. To RJ's point, if you put a good product out there, if you have compelling games out there, your fans are going to show up, which they do. In case in point, last year the last game of the season, game 17 against the Chargers. So, and it was against the Chargers. They don't really have a big fan base, but got to put a compelling product out there. That leads me to my next point. Ziegler on the hot seat. That is Josh McDaniels and Dave Ziegler. Are they on the hot seat? I think so. I think that they were hired not for a teardown, for a rebuild. They were hired for a reset. Mark Davis felt like he had a good team and that it just needed a few more pieces and they could make it a more of a consistent situation, not like a more of a lightning in the bottle John Gruden type. We saw this year with some of the roster turnover, a lot of the guys that were here last year. It's like, you pretty much give away all of your offensive line, and it's a big turning point for you in the season. You don't spend a lot of attention on your defense, or you draft a lot of wrong pieces on the defense. It's not going to work out well. So I think Mark Davis is looking more for a reset, not a rebuild. There is still a chance to do that because we still have some pieces. We do need some more impact players on our team. We need some more players, not just players. We have players, right? We need players. Cleveland Farrell, not a player. Any of the defensive tackles we have, they're not players. Our linebackers, really not players. Everybody but really Hobbs in the secondary, not players. We need impact players on our team that make a difference. We have a lot of, Willies and Joes on the team, right? We have a lot of guys on the team that are good complementary players and would play a good, decent role, but they're not impact players to step up and make those impact plays when they need to be made. That's when you have your Max Crosbys, you have your Hobbs, you have your Devonta Adams and Wallers, and you have your Renfros at times as well. Like, those are impact players on your team who can make big plays happen. You don't have that on defense. That's one of the big sticking points right now. So they are on the hot seat. When you look at a lot of the moves that were made, trading a first and second for Devonta Adams, all right, signing Waller, extending Waller, extending Renfro, bringing in Jones, trading Yannick for Rock Yassin. I mean, these moves didn't really work out a lot. I mean, the offensive moves worked out fine. Who could have foreseen these injuries? Waller missing 8 games and Renfro missing 5. Like, who would have seen that happen? It happens. Hopefully it doesn't happen 2 years in a row. Or with Waller, I mean, he missed a couple of games 2 years ago, but the issue that I thought more off of was the lack of attention to the offensive line, and it showed in the last couple of games. Alex Bars, God bless you, man. I'm not trying to talk shit on you, bro, but just it is what it is. You had 0 shot to block Chris Jones the entire game. It's a miracle that Stidham was only sacked 6 times. So here's what we're going to do. Is Ziegler on the hot seat? Yeah, they are on the hot seat big time. And for all accounts, there's going to be major roster moves this season. So here's the thing. I don't know that Josh McDaniels and Mick Ziegler, or Mick Ziegler, Josh McDaniels and Dave Ziegler. I'm just going to call him Mick Ziegler, okay? Mick Ziegler, I don't know if they have another season like this one and they'll survive for a third season. I don't know that they're going to get fired in the middle of the year, but I'm pretty confident that if we have another 6-7 win season-ish around there, that they're not going to get a third season. It's just not going to happen. I don't know that Mark Davis is that patient, and I don't know that he was anticipating having this type of run after going to the playoffs in 2021. So big thing is roster changes. What's going to happen? So the roster changes that we're going to look at, there's a lot of unknowns. Is it going to be a lot of vets, right? A lot of studs and duds, that's usually what happens a lot of times. And that's my big thing too. Go for the studs and duds. Go for the big time proven free agents, preferably on their first big contract. Look what happened with Chandler Jones. It's like his second big contract that he's gotten. Nah, that haven't worked out the best, right? You want to go a young guy going into a proven kid going into his first big contract. Those are the kinds of guys you want. Those are the kind of guys you can build with. On top of that, you go for the low, like the duds, the low guys, the guys like Deron Harmon, didn't cost you any money but played really well, right? The Billings, the Tilleries, like those guys that didn't cost you hardly anything, and they ended up coming out pretty. Because if they don't work out, you cut them and you move on. Big freaking deal, right? So studs and duds, free agency, young players. We need a young group in all of the first round picks. I think a first and second round picks, Gruden had like something stupid like 15 in 4 years or something like that. He got 3 starters out of it. You know, he got Josh Jacobs, Trevon Merrick, who's been dipping, and Colton Miller. He got those 3 starters out of all like 16 or so first and second round picks in his tenure. So we can't have that happen, man. We need to have the pillars on our team start to be drafted, and it starts now. Okay, so I want to get into this mock draft, and first things last, we need to work off of some assumptions. Okay, so here are the assumptions that we're going off of just before anyone kills the shit out of me. Okay. The assumptions that we're working on is I'm going to assume that I'm not going to look. And here's the thing. I'm not saying we should. I'm not saying we shouldn't. I'm saying these are the assumptions that I'm working off of. Okay. I am assuming that we re-sign Josh Jacobs. I am assuming because I can't work out a trade for Carr for draft picks. I'm going to assume that not only have we parted ways with Derek Carr as far as we've released him, but we already have a short-term quarterback in place. Whether that short-term quarterback be Jarrett Stidham, whether it be Tom Brady, whether it be Jimmy Garoppolo, whether it be Jacoby Brissett, whether it be Aaron Rodgers, like there's a short-term fix that is capable of starting games for the next season or two while we develop a young quarterback. Those are the assumptions that I'm working off of, okay? So, what do we need on this team? Here are my draft needs. And in no particular order, we need offensive line, pretty much everybody, every level on defense. We need defensive line, linebackers, corners, safeties, right? We would like to have a young quarterback, okay? And some receiving depth. I know that we have Devonta Adams and Hunter Renfrow, but it never hurts to have. I mean, Mac Hollins did really well. That's another great pickup by the Raiders. I don't know. That's somebody that I necessarily want to spend big money on. I think we can get a young wide receiver, young guys to kind of fill those 3 and 4, 5 number wide receiver. But these are the needs that we have here. Of course, we have the bulk of the need is going to be on the defense, I think, and that's what. And these are the assumptions that we're working off of. Okay. All right. So let's see what you guys think. Chris Burrell. I don't see anyone trading for Carr. I hope they do. So here's what I see. Let me take this down here. The possibility of trading Carr is actually decent, and here's why. I hear a lot of people saying, "Oh, well, Derek Carr's not about the money. He wants to go to a good situation." Yeah. That's the freaking diarrhea that his brother is spewing on TV. I don't believe it. I don't know that Derek Carr will receive the amount of money per year, which is about $40 million per year, that he has left on his contract currently. I think it's something like 36, 42, and 42, around there. Maybe I'm a million off here and there. So it's roughly 40 million a year for the next 3 years. It's also a lot of guaranteed money and a big cap hit. It would behoove Derek Carr to be traded with that contract and those amount of years and that guaranteed money as a baseline, right? So when he does kind of maybe try to negotiate a contract, try to kind of adjust his contract, rework his deal, they can rework it for those funny years on the end, but make it even more guaranteed money. I think that's what's going to happen. So I don't know that Derek Carr is going to be as firm on his no trade list. So here's what usually happens in this case. When a player is disgruntled and he wants to be traded, but he has a no trade clause, what normally happens is the GM shops him to other GMs, right? And he gets some deals. He gets some takers. Maybe not deals yet, but he gets some teams that are takers. Let's say, for example, there are 4 to 5 teams out there that said they want to trade for Derek Carr. Okay, hang tight. Ziegler then is going to go to Derek Carr and say, okay, here are the 5 teams that are willing to trade for you. Which teams of these 5 are you willing to go to? Derek Carr says, okay, I'm willing to go to these 3 teams. Okay, great. Ziegler goes over and tells the 2 teams that didn't say they wanted to go, they're going to say, look, sorry, he doesn't want to go to you guys. Unless you guys want to make a really compelling offer to him and to us, we're going to have to move on. So Ziegler is then going to go to those 3 teams that Carr said he wanted to go to, and he's going to negotiate the best deal he can for himself. And that's it. That's usually how it works. Now, we are in a bit of a time crunch here because we don't have that much time. We have maybe a month maybe 5 weeks, 6 weeks, maybe 5.5 weeks to be able to get this done. We don't know which teams are going to still in the playoffs. We don't know a lot of stuff, right? So these things are already happening right now. Don't get me wrong. Ziegler is already on the phone to these GMs, and he's already putting the feelers out who's willing to trade for Derek Carr. I wouldn't be surprised if on Super Bowl week we hear of a trade for Carr. That's just how things work. But right now, since I can't get any trade capital back for the mock draft, I'm going to assume that we let Derek Carr go and we had to release him. Unfortunately, that's how it has to work for now. All right, next question. Jason Rader. Yeah, Jason Rader. Ziegler gets one more crack at it. If the Raiders suck again next year, they'll be toast. Yeah, that's what I said. It's definitely and that goes. No, my audio's fine, bruh. Don't trip. The issue that we're looking for here is, and I'm gonna work off of this as well, and I'll talk to you in a second. There was a comment that I want to talk about. Okay. Sencal Grizzly Raider, do you think it's realistic that we might be able to land Rodgers or Lamar, or do you think the writing is on the wall for us to sign Brady? I'll tell you one thing. I think it's much more likely, given the situation and the cap ramifications, that we sign Tom Brady and not find a way to get either Lamar or Rodgers. Rodgers is owed like $53 million, bro. That's a huge amount of cap to one guy who didn't play that well last year, who's the back-to-back MVP. But again, that's a lot of cap. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if it's worth it, to be honest with you. Lamar is very intriguing. I like Lamar Jackson. The only thing with Lamar Jackson is Do we have the type of roster that's going to fit how Lamar Jackson plays? We don't have a really good offensive line. We have a running attack that we like, but we have a lot of timing receivers. We don't have a lot of speed demons. That's usually what Lamar likes, the guys that can break open on scramble plays. I don't know, man. I don't know if that's the best fit for us. I think we can make it work. I think Lamar is a special talent, but I don't know that we're going to want to go that direction right now. I think we're going to want to go the younger quarterback direction in a few years. Whether that means draft one in the next couple of years or draft one now and have them develop under a stopgap quarterback, even though that stopgap quarterback may be a capable quarterback like a Brady or Garoppolo or even Brissett, and people are sleeping on him. All right, see what else we got. Al's Ghost, yeah. It's we need that money. There's one of the main reasons. Look, one of the reasons why Carr is presumably, because he's still on the roster, okay. But one of the reasons why we're going to presumably move on from Derek Carr is because of his cap number and the return we're getting, and the fact that we just have so many other holes thanks to Gruden and Mayock for trading away our good players and doing absolutely nothing with those picks. That's a huge problem that we have right now. Is we don't have that depth of talent on our team. We have splashy here and splashy there, but ultimately we lack talent at a lot of different positions. All righty. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to use the Pro Football Network Draft Simulator. What I want you guys to follow along, okay? Now, we saw the needs, right? Offensive line, defensive line, linebacker, corner, safety, quarterback, wide receiver. Those are our main needs. Now, I like the format of Pro Football Network's mock draft, but they can get a little silly with the trades. I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to work off of the assumption that I am Dave Ziegler, right? What would I do if I need to make shit happen this year? Am I necessarily going to trade back for a high draft pick next year? No, because I may not be here for that high draft pick, right? If I'm going to trade back, I want more stuff this year, not next year, because I don't know if I'm going to be here next year, if that makes sense. I'm going to make sure I excuse me, I really focus on what we can do to help this year. Am I looking to trade back? Yes, I'm looking to trade back wherever possible. Unless I have a game-changing player available, I am looking to trade back. Okay, and that's any pick. If anyone offers me trades, I'm gonna listen because I want more picks this year because I need that talent up high. I'm not gonna trade like, I'm not going to trade out of the first round because I want to have a big talent. But my other draft picks, yeah, I'm going to trade back to get more picks. That's what I want to do. I'm not going to get too silly with it. I'm going to try not to trade within division because I want to make them better either. All right, so here we go. We're going to start this. We're going to present. And all right, there we go. So we're going to do 7 rounds, normal speed, AFC West, Raiders. Who ready? Who ready to get this done? Let's draft. Bang. All right. All right. Oh, God, what is going on here? This is really, really, really not going to be. Okay, look, here's what's going to happen. This is really out of control here because they went Paris Johnson 1, which is never going to happen. Quentin Johnston 2, CJ Stroud 3, Miles Murphy 4, Will Anderson 5, Kelly Ringo 6. So look, I'm going to trade back, even though it's for, pick 15 and pick 45, and then Green Bay's first round pick next year. I'm going to trade back because this is not really realistic. Okay. So I'm going to trade back to pick 15, just to this is just not realistic. Bryce Young wouldn't be here. Jalen Carter wouldn't be on the board either at this time. So I'm not going to. I'm going to try to make this as realistic as I can. Okay. Just win 74. Yeah. I think Mayock is making these picks. This is Mayock's mock draft. All right, we're going to accept this. Well, yeah, 4 trade offers. With Green Bay, I can go to 15 and 45 and then get Green Bay's first for next year. I can get from Houston, I can trade my 7 and 70, pick up Houston's 12, pick their 33 and Cleveland's first for next year, which is pretty enticing. I might do that one. This is good. Pick 7, I can get pick 9 and pick 39 from Carolina. I think I might take that one. So I'm going to take pick 9 and 39 from Carolina and give them pick 7. They're probably going to want to pick a quarterback. So I'm going to accept that trade. Yep, they picked Bryce Young and Will Levis is gone. Okay, this is a little bit more realistic. Now I have 2 trade offers. Again, I don't want to be super crazy with these trades, okay, because it's not realistic. But if I get 19 and 50 and then take Tampa Bay's first, that's one trade offer. Or I could take pick 27, pick 91, and get Minnesota's first and second for next year. Again, guys, if I'm Dave Ziegler, I'm not going to want to load up for next year's draft because I don't know if I'm going to be there. Okay. So if I'm going to make a trade, I'm probably going to do the one where I can get pick 19 and 50 and, still and get a first rounder for next year. Or I could take Jalen Carter. I don't know if Jalen Carter would be here realistically. But yeah, I think I'm probably going to do this trade back just because there's still some really good players on the board. So I'm going to accept this trade. I probably should have started this over because it was really freaking wacky. But it is what it is, my brothers. Okay. Jalen Carter is still on the board, and I am not trading back anymore. I'm going to reject all offers. I don't know how the hell this happened, but Jalen Carter is still on the board, and I'm going to pick Jalen Carter. I don't know how. People tell me that thank God, Will Merchant, thank God you're not our GM. Well, guess what? I got Jalen Carter at pick 19, so you can suck it. All right, so that's a defensive lineman, the interior defensive line taken. We'll still need offensive line. We still need more defensive line help, linebacker, corner, safety, probably a quarterback. All right, I got back-to-back picks. For my first pick, pick 38, Cleveland is offering me 96, 108, 139. I'm not going to do that. All right. Green Bay is offering me pick 45 and 113. Yeah, this engine is pretty wacky. I'm going to take this trade. I'm going to accept one trade per round. So, all right. Okay, here we go. Number 39. Okay, I think I'm going to go with, I don't know how to say his name. Henry To'o 2020. I'm going to go with Henry 2020 from Alabama. We need linebacker help. He's a sideline to sideline linebacker. Tough kid. I think I'm going to go with Henry 2020 from Alabama. All right, we go at pick 45. We're up again. Cleveland wants to trade with us, and I'm going to reject their offer. No, thank you. Okay, what do we got going here? Okay, Matthew Bergeron, Matthew Bergeron from Syracuse at offensive tackle. I kind of like Jordan Battle from Alabama. Okay, this is a interesting, intriguing talent. Siaki Ika. Siaki Ika is Massive. I don't know if you guys have heard this guy, but Siaki Ika. Let's see if he have the starting report here. 6'4", 358. Now we need interior defensive line help. If Siaki is there, 5, I think I might take Siaki. So I'm going to take the Siaki Ika, another defensive tackle, really fortify that defensive line. So we're going defense. I got pick 50. If Battle's still there, I might take Battle. No, I'm not going to trade these. Sorry. Colts want to trade with me, and I'm not going to do it. Okay. So Bergeron is still there. Jordan Battle is still there. I like Jordan Battle. I got a lot of guys here. Tyler Davis from Clemson, but I have 2 defensive tackles. Tommy Eichenberg, he's another one. But I think I'm going to go with Jordan Battle, the safety out of Alabama, with pick number 50. All right. So got defensive line help. We got linebacker help. We got secondary help. So that was my one trade for the second round. Going into the third round now. We got pick 70. Let's see if anyone wants to trade. Okay, again, I'm not going to trade for picks for next season. If I'm Dave Ziegler, I want my picks this year because I don't know if I'm going to be there next year. We're going to do this a couple of different times because this one is not, especially the first round, it wasn't Phil, like you said, it wasn't practical. And I even might try the PFF one too. So I'm going to reject this trade. Okay, pick 70. What do we got available here? Hodges Tomlinson, cornerback from TCU. Owen Papo, linebacker from Auburn. So look, Owen Papo actually Owen Papo played for Alabama, and then he transferred to Arkansas. The thing I like about Owen Papo is Owen Papo he's like I'm not saying he's anywhere near, but he's like a Micah Parsons light. He can play on the line as an outside rusher, like an edge rusher, but he can also play inside at a linebacker spot. And I need to fortify my linebackers. This is going to give me a 2-for-1. So Owen Papo, I think we can get him. He could be an outside rusher, and he can also be a linebacker for us as well. Drew Andrews is good as well. I don't know, man. Actually, no, I'm sorry. It was Drew Andrews was the one that I'm going to take because he's the one that transferred, and he's good at with his hand in the dirt and also at linebacker. So it's going to be Drew Andrews is going to be the selection here. All right, I need offensive line help. Okay, I need offensive line help. Quarterback, I can wait a little bit if I'm going to develop one. My next pick is not coming up for a little bit. But yeah, so we've taken care of secondary linebacker. We got an edge rusher / linebacker. We have a couple of interior defensive linemen. I think we're doing pretty okay here. I think we're doing pretty good. We're filling roles with guys who are athletic, who are playmakers at the college level, who have made plays at the highest level of college football. So here we go, round 4. We pick 106, and here we go. Devin Witherspoon got taken, which sucks, right before me because I really like that kid. I didn't like him too early because there's a chance that he was going to be there later. He got picked 1 pick before us, which stinks, but shit happens, bro, when you're mock drafting. All right. Let's take a look at some offensive line. Offensive linemen. Let's look at some tackles here. I don't like Tyler Steen. I don't like Connor Galvin this high. We probably get him later. Blake Freeland was the guy that protected your boy, the MILF Hunter. But yeah, let's see what we got here. He's an athletic guy. I don't know if he's going to be quite mobile enough for us, but you know what? He seems like it could be a good guy in round 4. We need offensive line help Blake Freeland, I think, is going to be our pick at 106. Offensive tackle Blake Freeland. Okay. Next pick is at 113. We haven't made a trade yet. Let's see if they offer us a trade. All right. No trades are being offered. Okay. There is who is available. Okay. I'm going to pick another offensive lineman. And I want to make sure that I'm taking a big chance here because I know there's another guy that I want to have, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to get him later. But the guy that I'm looking at a couple guys. What do you guys think? There's Ronnie Hickman. He's the safety out of Ohio State. There's Andrew Voorhees. He's the guard out of USC, who's a freaking stud. And there's Tuli Tuipulotu, who is a stud lineman, a defensive lineman out of USC. I do like Andrew Voorhees here. I think he solidifies interior offensive line. Ronnie Hickman's a playmaker. I think I'm going to go. I think we can get some safety help a little bit later, but I think we already got a safety. We might be able to get some corners later. I think we need more cornerbacks than safeties at this moment. I think I'm going to go with Voorhees right now. All right, so we got Voorhees. We got tackle. We got guard. We got some interior defensive line. We got some linebacker and rush help, and we got a safety. That's it for round 4. We're going to move into round 5 right now. I'm thinking defense. We got a couple of picks coming up. We got 38 and 141. So 138, we're up. And Tuli Tuipulotu is available. I almost took him the last time around, but he's here now. We need to solidify this defense up front. I think it's Tui time. We're going to take Tuipulotu, defensive tackle / defensive end. He's a big dude, man. You can see here, he's like about 6'5". He's just on the smaller side for a defensive tackle, which means he can go back and forth. He was one of the nation's league leaders in sacks. So, yeah. Here we go. Tuipulotu. Got a pick at 41. All right. So the Saints have offered us pick 143 and pick 205 this year for pick 141 and New England's 7th rounder that we have. And I'm going to go ahead and accept that because I want more picks this year. Because if I'm Dave Ziegler, I don't know that I'm going to be around, right? So I'm going to accept that trade and pick at 143. All right, they picked Jaron Hall. Jordan McFadden went next. No, 2 guys that were not on my radar. Okay. I am looking for defensive backs. I need defensive backs. So right now, Tyler Nubin is available. Jalen Carlisle is available. Jay Ward is available from LSU. Let's see what kind of corners we got going on here. Corners, Garrett Williams from Syracuse. Jaquan Shepard, I think he's kind of a boomer bust kind of guy. We get him a little bit later. Noah Daniels, I don't know. I'm not too sure. What do you guys think about Noah Daniels? I'm not too sold on him yet. I think we can go safety again. I mean, remember, in Patrick Graham's system, he likes to use 3 safety sets. Merrick is there. Harmon is there. Then we have Teamer. Polomau has played really well, but we need secondary help. I think we go Tyler Nubin or Jay Ward. What do you guys think? Give me some options. What do you think? I mean, Tyke Smith, we got a couple options here. What do you guys think? Any options here? Throw them out there. All right. So I don't know, man. I really like Tyler Nubin. I think he's going to be a good fit. So we're going to go Tyler Nubin at safety from Minnesota. We don't have a pick for a little bit, but we have a lot of picks in the 6th and 7th round. And those guys, you can always find a bunch of guys. The good thing about getting guys in the 6th and 7th round that are like speed guys is they can be special teams guys. They can help you in a bunch of different ways. They don't have to necessarily start right away, but you can develop those guys as they're being productive on the team. Okay. We're being offered. I don't want to trade back that far. We're being offered our 189 pick and then Minnesota's 7th round pick that we have for next year for pick 201 and 210. I don't know if I want to drop back. I think I want to make a pick now. Yeah, I'm gonna reject that. So the guys that I'm eyeing right now, I got 2 guys here. I got Cameron Mitchell and I got Julius Brents. Those are the guys that I'm eyeing at this moment. Do they have any info? No. Julius Brents, do you have any info? Coming soon. I like Kansas State's defense, man. They played pretty good on defense. I think I'm going to go with Julius Brents at corner. Let's see. Okay, 198. We're up again. Let's see here. Ronnie Bell, wide receiver out of Michigan. Let's see. What do we think? Stetson Bennett. Is he still available? I don't know, man. I don't think he's available anymore. Yeah. Oh, there he is right there. Stetson Bennett. I don't know, man. I might take him with my last pick. I'm not going to pick him right now. I got too many other needs. If you're going to pick a guy, if you know you're going to have a quarterback, and that's our assumption that we're going to have a quarterback for the next 2 years, whether it be Stidham, whether it be Rodgers, Brady, Brissett, Garoppolo, we're going to have a quarterback for the next 2 years. Wouldn't be a terrible pick to stash. Max Duggan's right there as well. But we need secondary help, I think. What do you guys think? I think we need secondary help here. Let's see what we got here. Defense, corners, Cameron Mitchell, Riley Moss, DJ Turner. DJ Turner is intriguing. I'm going to go with Cameron Mitchell out of Northwestern. We pick again at 205. Now, this pick, I would trade back. I wanted to pick a guy because I got a pick coming up at 209. We got a lot of picks coming up. No one wants to trade. That's perfectly fine. What else we got here? Sidney Brown's available. Jaden Reed from Michigan State's available. We got a lot of defensive line help already. Javon Hicks is another safety that's available. I would like a corner, though, or Byron Young out of Tennessee, edge. Yeah, I think I might do Byron Young. Byron Young out of Tennessee. I saw him play a couple times this year. Okay, 209 is I believe 209 is our last pick. So just to get him, let's go ahead and go with Stetson Bennett. All right. Okay. So for the first time around, this is what we did. I don't know what happened. Maybe there was like a video of Jalen Carter blowing weed smoke into a newborn baby's face. Who knows? I have no clue how in the draft Jalen Carter dropped 19, but we got him. Not very realistic. We're going to try this once again, and then we're probably going to try a PFF one as well. So Jalen Carter, Henry 2020, Siaki Ika. So that's defensive tackle, linebacker, defensive tackle, Jordan Battle at safety. We got Drew Sanders, who is an edge rusher linebacker. Blake Freeland at tackle, Andrew Voorhees at guard, Tuli Tui Polotu. I freaking always mess up on his name. And at defensive tackle, another defensive lineman. Tyler Newman at safety, Julius Brents at corner, Cameron Mitchell at corner, Byron Young at edge, and Stetson Bennett at quarterback to round it out. So hit all the needs, traded back a few times, got draft capital for this year, not the following year. Again, if you're Raiders 7528, what's up? What are you throwing up? Is that what it is? So there that goes. All right. So that's what we have for the first time. So what did we say coming in? We needed defensive line, linebacker, secondary, offensive line, quarterback, wide receiver. We got everything but wide receiver. I think our wide receiver room is pretty solid. Even without drafting a young kid, we can always get a kid off of the scrap heap. But yeah, we ended up getting defensive linemen. We got 1, 2, 3, 4 defensive linemen. Linebacker, we got 1, 2 linebackers. Secondary, we got 1 safety, 2 safeties, 2 safeties and 2 corners, a tackle, a guard, and a quarterback. Golden King, be nice, Golden King. How dare you? I just want to say that Clifford is a biased piece of shit. That's all. That's still delusional and in denial about Carr. 100. Golden King, you be nice. You be nice. We're being nice today. Should have gotten Witherspoon, maybe. We're gonna try another one. You guys want to do another one? Let's do another one. All right, who's ready for another one? Another one. Okay, here we go. One more. Let's draft. Yeah, let's say Jalen. Let's just hope Jalen Carter gets taken already. Okay. I don't know what the hell's going on with the simulator, dude. This simulator sucks. Monkey balls. Anthony Richardson went 3. I don't know, man. Oh, I went 4. This is. Yeah. Here's what we're gonna do, guys. I'm gonna get rid of this. Look, I'm gonna try PFF because this is ridiculous. Yeah, I'm gonna do a different simulator. I'm gonna do this one here. Let me sign into my PFF account. All right. Let's see. Mock draft. Mock draft tool. Where you at, fool? I'm gonna search for you. Mock draft simulator. All right. Mock draft simulator. Okay, here we go. All right, mock draft simulator. So we're gonna do Raiders. We're gonna do 7th round. Let's do it fast. Who gives a shit? We're gonna use the defaults. Now the PFF doesn't really offer a bunch of trades, so we're just gonna go ahead and just make it happen. All right. Okay. All right. Here we go. You guys ready? Let's do it. All righty. Start the draft and go. Okay. Jalen Carter is available for us at 7. God damn. I don't know. Do you guys know something that I don't? If he's there, I'm taking him. If Jalen Carter is there at 7, you'd be stupid not to take him. This is what was been taken so far. Will Anderson went 1, Bryce Young 2, Brian Brees 3. I don't know if Brian Brees is going to go 3, but whatever. Will Levis went 4, Skoronski went 5. So CJ Stroud is available. Jalen Carter. All right, guys. We got CJ Stroud or Jalen Carter. I think if CJ Stroud is available, we kind of got to take CJ Stroud. I doubt. You never know what's going to happen in the draft process, in the going up to and all this other stuff. If you never know, but honestly, if CJ Stroud is available, you got to go with CJ Stroud, and I'm going to go with CJ Stroud. All right. Okay. On the clock again at pick 38. Christian Gonzalez, Joey Porter Jr. is available. Devon Witherspoon. I like Devon Witherspoon. What do you guys think? Witherspoon, Porter Jr., or Gonzalez? I can't trade down. I have nobody, no trading partners. Let's see, 2 trades available. To pay 63? No, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. What are they offering? Yeah, they're offering me stuff for next year. I don't want to do that. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to keep the players that we have now. Okay. All right, Gonzalez, Porter, Witherspoon. Okay, let's go with Witherspoon. Okay, we got quarterback and cornerback. We need defensive line help, edge rusher, linebacker, offensive line. Lucas Van Ness, edge rusher out of Iowa. Zach Harrison, Ohio State. Jack Campbell out of Iowa. Again, Hodges Tomlinson, corner out of TCU. These are guys that are available. Let's filter from positions. What do we have on the offensive line? I think we can get some offensive line help a little bit later. DeJuan Jones. What do you guys think about DeJuan Jones? I kind of like DeJuan Jones. It's a big dude, man. Can really help our tackles. Let's see what we got going. Let's see. Interior offensive line. No. Nothing really jumps out at me here. Corners. I don't know, man. Let's do corners and safeties. Corners and safeties. Travius Hodges Tomlinson pops up. Brandon Joseph out of Notre Dame. DJ Turner. Eli Ricks. Jordan Battle. Jordan Battle can be there. Hopefully our next pick. I'm gonna go with Hodges Tomlinson corner. Hopefully Jordan Battle is available the next time we pick. If Jordan Battle is available next time at safety, I'm going to take him. Let's see here. Turner, Hendon Hooker, Ricks. Doesn't look like he's available, people. Let's see. Oh, guess who's there? Jordan Battle is available. He may still be available at 34. Eli Ricks, offensive line I might do a little bit later in the draft. I think we only need to really get one or two guys, one guy really on the offensive line. Illuminor was okay. We just need to fill that guard spot. Let's see here. Eli Ricks. I like Eli Ricks. We already Merchant. We already got CJ Stroud in the first round. I'm not going to take another quarterback. Eli Ricks it is. Okay. Cedric Tillman. That's interesting. Jared Kingston. Now, I've watched Washington State play. He's not a bad player. But linebacker help. Ooh, look who's still here. I think it's going to be Henry 2020. Yeah, I think I'm going to take him. I'm going to take him here in the 5th round. Drafted him. All right, here we go. Offensive line help. Where you at? Oof. Patrick Paul. Carter Warren. The thing I like about players from Pitt is they're in a pro-style offense. They know how to pass protect. Let's see what's going on. They don't have any. Oh, Omar, what's up, player? Yeah, I think I'm going to go Carter Warren, tackle from Pitt. There's some interesting players still available, man. Akeem Dent, Florida State, still available. Noah Taylor, edge rusher from North Carolina, still available. Tyke Smith from Georgia, still available. So I'm going to go with Carter Warren, the tackle from Pittsburgh. All right, got one pick left, 198. Okay. Do I do defensive line? Do I go linebacker? Edge rusher? I'm going to go probably. I like this guy because I like his goddamn name. Habakkuk Baldonado. How can you not like? We've had good luck with names on our team, right? Divine Diablo. I can think of another one. But Habakkuk Baldonado at edge. I think I'm going to do it. And I just did. Soto, do you think we might get Jalen Carter? Yes, I believe it's possible for us to get Jalen Carter. He has to drop for some reason, man. There has to be something there. And there has to be a reason why. And thanks for the super chat, bro. There has to be a reason why He's a special talent, man. Let's say, for example, okay, let's see. Let's say, for example, okay, so who do we have? We got Houston, we got the Colts, we have the Seahawks, and we have the Lions. Those are guys who don't have young franchise quarterbacks. Okay. It's possible that let's say that's 6 picks, right? So we need 3 picks. Let's say Skoronski, Miles Murphy, and Will Anderson go ahead of us, and Houston, Indianapolis, and I don't know, Seattle. Let's just say take quarterbacks. Yeah, then Jalen Carter can fall to us. Is it probable? No, I don't think it's probable. Is it possible? I mean, yeah, anything is possible. Again, this is a way too early mock draft. I'm going to be doing a couple of these, but you know, the more that we find out throughout this draft process, the more we see them running around their underwear, you know, at the combine. We look at tape, watch them play in these postseason bowl games like Senior Bowls and, you know, East-West Shrine games and stuff like that. The more we get to see them play against the best of the best competition, then we can make a little bit better judgments. But honestly, if I'm drafting at 7 and CJ Stroud is available, I'm probably gonna have to take him. If the only way I see like a Jalen Carter, Omar report saying he has character issues. I mean, you know who else had character issues, quote unquote character issues? Micah Parsons. And I was banging the fucking table for like, dude, get Micah Parsons. Get Micah Parsons. This guy is legit. He is a fucking stud. We didn't trade up to get him. He ended up going, and I'm becoming one of the best, you know, Lawrence Taylor 2.0, right? I'm not so much worried about the character issues, bro, honestly. I know that that's something that RJ really pays a lot of attention to. I don't. I pay some attention to it if they're like, you know, Damon Arnett-esque character issues. If it's just, you know, being immature, that's one thing. If it's being dangerous, that's something else. Being dangerous like Henry Ruggs, being dangerous like Damon Arnett, those issues, yeah, those are bigger red flags. But dude, if Jalen Carter falls to 7, that means that 3 quarterbacks have already been taken. And those 3 quarterbacks are going to be Bryce Young, Will Levis, and CJ Stroud in no particular order. That happens, and maybe one of the offensive tackles creeps up, and a couple of the, you know, defensive stud linemen, edge rushers get taken already, and we get caught. Oh, well, we got Jalen Carter. All right, I'll take Jalen Carter. No big deal. Omar, again, thanks for the $2 super chat. I'm not either. I'm saying, could he fall because of it? He could definitely fall because of it. Honestly, if I'm Dave Ziegler and Josh McDaniels, I am looking for the biggest impact player I can find. Now, if I draft a young quarterback, he's not necessarily going to make an impact right now, but he can be promising for you. Like, hey, we're going to build towards eventually getting, let's just say, for example, like in this mock draft, CJ Stroud out there. Flamingo, $10 super chat. Thank you very much. Just showing some appreciation, bro. Thanks, bro. Much appreciated, man. You know I got all this love for you. Every single dime that you guys sent us goes right back into the freaking podcast, man. Just want to let you know we're not taking any money from this podcast. All right, guys. That's my time for today. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Tell your friends, tell your haters, tell your mamas. Drop a comment below. Please try to be nice to each other, okay? It's the off season. So this is the off season. the offseason is the season for promise. You can't lose any games in the offseason, right? All you can do is make your team better in your eyes in the offseason. I think that's what we're going to do. Hit me up with some of your mock drafts. If you want me to try some different mock draft engines next time, just let me know and we'll do some different ones. I'll try to give you guys a little bit more of a heads up next time. But until then, peace.